It used to be that if you suddenly had a heart problem, your best bet would be to take some aspirin and call for help. And while doctors say that those are still good first lines of defense, new technology is making it easier to get faster, more effective treatment.
Here to explain how the latest AEDs work and why CPR is so important, our technology expert, Dr. Frank Viggiano, and Yulia Novikova, a certified CPR instructor for Square One Medical. Great to see you both.
Good to be with
you
you guys.
Dr. Frank,
Absolutely.
thanks. You always find the coolest new products, but this one's a little different. Why was this important to you?
This is near and dear to your heart.
It's near and dear to my heart. It's different, it's serious, and it's something that affects all of our viewers, right?
You've
I
had
had a family
member.
experience last year, right? And it led me to do some research and learn about AED, automatic external defibrillators, and CPR, because I was never certified. I would see these devices on walls at airports everywhere and thought, you know, I don't know how to use it. I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah.
So as I did more research, I found, wow, this is so important. I want to share this with our viewers. So that's why we're here.
Great. So, Yulia, step on in, because I want to talk to you about heart attacks. How big of a problem is cardiac arrest and heart attacks?
So it really is a huge problem in the United States, unfortunately. And to give you a little bit of background on the statistics on cardiac arrest, one person every 90 seconds actually goes into cardiac arrest in the United States, and that's about 1,000 people a day. So it really is a lot.
Well,
that is crazy.
It's happened to our own Susan Copen.
Right.
I mean, she basically dropped dead on the street, and fortunately a running partner was with her and able
saved
to
her
resuscitate
using
her.
an AED.
Yes, that's right. What is the difference between a heart attack and cardiac arrest?
Sure. So a cardiac arrest is actually an electrical problem in the heart versus a heart attack that is a plumbing issue in the heart. And with a heart attack, a lot of the times we hear a lot of the common symptoms of the shooting arm pain, back pain, jaw pain, a lot of physical symptoms that catch our attention and kind of get us to go get help. With a cardiac arrest, it's sudden and a person goes down and they are unconscious, and that's when the time really starts ticking.
Wow. Okay, now this new device is different than what we've seen traditionally. Tell us what's new about this.
Right, so this particular device is a little bit different in the fact that it will give you instantaneous feedback on your CPR compressions.
Wow.
So it actually will give you feedback on your rate and your depth of your compressions.
It talks to you?
Exactly. It talks you through the entire thing. It tells you exactly what you need to do, all of the steps, and really guides you along.
In a real life experience, not just on a dummy like we're going to do here, but like you put this on and it talks to you while you're trying to save someone's life.
And what's important is that everybody needs CPR when these things happen. Not everybody needs the shock. And the machine determines whether the shock is needed or not. So it will not shock someone
who doesn't need it.
Who doesn't need it, exactly, because it's going to determine if they're in sudden cardiac arrest. That heart is basically, I mean, it's stagnant. It's not pumping blood.
So if you've had a heart attack, you don't want to shock the patient. You want to do CPR. But the shocking is for those who have had cardiac arrest only.
Right, so you shock a person and do CPR on somebody who is unconscious and they do not have a heartbeat, so no pulse.
Let's take a look at the video, because this kind of shows how the whole thing works.
And most important, not pushing deep enough. The AED Plus will tell you to
push harder,
more than once if necessary,
push harder,
until you get it right.
good compressions.
Wow. Does really just talk you right through it, doesn't it? Tell us again, what does AED stand for?
Sure, it's an automated external defibrillator.
Okay, and can you show us on here then how it works?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So we have our dummy here. And what we're going to do is, before we actually power it on, just to run you through the pads of the CPR. So what you kind of saw in the video, this dummy has a one-piece pad, so it's for super easy placement. You put it right on the chest. And then there's a marker here as well that will actually give you that instantaneous feedback on your CPR compression.
So this would be stored at a workplace, and as soon as someone falls ill, you go get this and put this on them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And the first thing I always tell my students during a class is when you have this thing on site, first thing you do, turn it on and let it tell you to do, you know, the rest of the steps.
It's step by step.
Yes.
Does your patient need to be bare-chested?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So the pads have to go on a bare chest, so everything needs to come off. The AED does come with an accessory pack with scissors and a razor included that you can, you know, shave the chest or cut the clothing off if you need to.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
So why don't we power it on and let you see how it works.
Unit okay. Adult pads.
Adult pads.
Because there are pads for
Don't
children.
touch patient. Analyzing. advised. Don't touch patient. Press flashing shock button.
So we don't want to touch the person, and you can see here on the AED unit, there is that flashing shock button.
Yes.
Don't touch patient.
So we
Press shock delivery.
deliver a shock,
Start CPR.
and then go into our CPR compressions. And we're going to go right on this marker, and we're going to compress down.
Push harder.
Wow.
See the difference?
Push harder.
Well, because to be honest, even if you've been trained,
don't
it's
know.
so scary to think, am I doing this right?
Am I
It may
gonna
have been
break
a
a
couple
rib?
of years.
You have to
Yeah.
be 2 inches deep.
Compression.
Wow.
You got to be 2 inches deep, and what the Zoll Plus does, it makes sure that you get to that standard.
Yeah,
Make
and-
sure you push to get to the.
And
2
does it
inches.
also tell you the pace you should go? I mean, that seemed awfully quick to me.
Yes, so the beeping sound, whenever I put my hands back on, the beeping sound is the rate that you want to stay with. And then the feedback that it gives
Push
you
harder.
is the
Wow.
depth.
That makes it so
That's
simple.
incredible.
Push harder.
And
What,
Julie,
you-
are these for sale now? Are companies buying these, or where are these available?
Yes, absolutely. So they are actually in, your power is off. They're actually in a lot of different places, a lot of manufacturing companies, schools, churches, anywhere public that you go, they are
Airports
available.
all over.
And I noticed, that's a lot of work. I mean, you were really, you were hammering his chest.
Yes.
Is that something that more than one person should participate in order to keep it going?
Good point.
Yes,
Very good point.
we always recommend a team effort. That's always the best way. That way you don't get too tired and then you back off on your compressions. But if you do, the AED will tell you kind of get back in there.
And it's still best to get a class, right, if you can?
Exactly. Education really is the key, just being aware of what to do. So yeah, a class is great. They're easy, and certifications are good for 2 years. So once you're certified, you're good to go.
Well, Julia, thank
Julia,
you so
thanks.
much,
Dr.
Dr.
Frank.
Frank.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Very important
Great
information
segment.
for all
You
of our
bet.
viewers.
Thank you.
And if you would like to learn CPR and more about the AED, go to kdka.com/PTL. We have a link where you can learn more about classes in our area.